Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome here, and thank you for joining us today for our inaugural STEM Collaboratory. Uh, uh, Hopefully you've been inspired this morning, and hopefully you've kind of been challenged. Those of us as educators think about the opportunities for our kids, and really we've heard about importing people, great scientists, but it would be nice if we could grow some of our own here in San Diego. And that we saw the kids from the Holy Cows and from the Health Academy, and so it's really inspiring to see those and know that all of our kids have those possibilities. So as those of us as educators, it's our job to open doors for those kids and show them those possibilities. One of the handouts in your flyer is one it says FOSS on it, but the article's on the FOSS Science Academy. In San Diego Unified, one of the things we're trying to do to encourage STEM is make model STEM schools at our elementary level. We have 8 right now that are working on STEM related, and we talked about minutes per science, the slide before. These schools had to agree to at least 300 minutes of science a week, integrated, though we're integrating it with Common Core supports for literacy and math, Common Core in those science classes. 300 minutes grades 3, 5, and 150 minutes K2. And one of the emphasis that we're doing is science notebooking, that kids have to journal and write about science, and actually using these notebooks as thinking tools, engaging them in their prior knowledge, collecting and organizing data, making meaning, and also the metacognitive end of it, what they've learned and how they're going to apply that learning and other questions they might have. So that's something that we're doing, and we're encouraging these schools not only to do a quality job of teaching science during school time, but to extend science learning beyond, like the FIRST Robotics or the science club that we heard about at Central Elementary, or the other things, the outreach programs that we have all these great partners in this audience that help us do, SPAYOR with our sea perch competitions that are happening in a week, and the other competitions that are happening, and all the outreach that goes on. So I know as an educator, I appreciate all the opportunities and partners that I see around this room that San Diego Unified is partnered with. So when Debbie Beldock, thank her for her kind words about San Diego Unified being the best urban in the state. Yes, we are, but we can do better. And one of the things that I needed to share too is we're up for the Broad Prize for Urban Education this year, San Diego Unified. And one of the big reasons that we're up for that award is closing the achievement gap in science, K-12, in our elementary schools, in our middle school, in our high school. And it's thanks to the effort, what I need to say is of the teachers, because during that time that we're nominated for, there wasn't a science office. A previous superintendent, not Cindy or the current superintendent, had closed the science office completely. That's why there was a blue ribbon task force saying, what's going on? We need to do something to reinvigorate science in San Diego. And that blue ribbon task force that Cindy and Nancy were a part of, one of the recommendations was establish an actual science office in San Diego Unified again. So thanks to their efforts and the efforts of the community again, the public partners, they reestablished that. And I'm happy to say that we have a lot of teachers here. So it's teachers that did that job. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's the teachers working hard, believing that science, technology, engineering, and math were important for kids. We have our math department represented here, our career tech ed department that does a lot of the engineering stuff with our kids, and health pathways and a lot of other stuff. And all those things engage kids in science. So I just wanted to mention that, and that it's not, the kids in San Diego are scoring better, but not only thanks to a science department, but it's the teachers and the partners and the other departments that integrate well with the sciences. Science is the engaging part. Okay, so you're planning today. You have a little planner in your handout. If you take that out and think about it, what do you want to take away from today? We're going to give you time for planning. So I think we have until about 11:15 when the first sessions start. We'll probably break a little bit before there so you could transition to the classrooms over behind us here are where the breakout sessions are going to be. But look in the center of your program, and it'll tell you what the breakout sessions entail. First of all, a big thanks to all the people from the community that agreed to be part of the panelists. Let's hear a big hand for all these people. It just shows the wealth of resources that we have here in San Diego. So take a few seconds to look to see what breakout sessions you'd like to attend. Think about the learning you want to do and what you want to take away. Wherever you are in the STEM field, if you're a school or if you're from a business or a higher education or a company, think about the takeaways, the networking you want to involve, the things you want to hear, and develop a plan of where you would like to go. So here is a planning tool. You could use this as a planning tool. You could also use it to take notes as you go through the sessions this afternoon. But if you came with other team members, you might want to break up, diversify, and go so that you cover different sessions and you get different information. But go ahead and take a few minutes till about 10 after, and then we'll break. So go ahead and use this time for planning and for networking with your team and see what sessions and what outcomes you want to take away today. There's a great opportunities, so go ahead. And thank you for your time today.